Welcome, everyone. This is What You Toku-ing About, a podcast that's very popular with the girls. And this week we're doing, we're known for doing a lot of shows for Japanese 10-year-olds. This time we're doing a movie that requires a 10-year PhD. With me, as always, are my hosts, a 10-year PhD in Japanese studies. Mm-hmm. Anyway, this week, like always, I got Hunter and Stix here. Thank you for being here, Hunter. Thank you for being here, Stix.
Of course.
Yes, of course. It took me 3 hours to watch a 2-hour movie.
Same here. Thanks, Tubi.
Oh, the movie took 14 years of in story time, so it's a sprawling saga.
It is, sure is.
People to keep track of. And this episode has a lot of people to keep track of because we have very special guests from the Ultra Q podcast. Welcome, Mel and Brad.
Hello.
Hello. It's a Sunday night, and I'm here when I should be going back to the club.
Back to the club.
Back to the club.
Because that's the movie we saw, right?
Yeah.
Megalopolis.
Mr. Coppola, we respect you. Captain EO, one of the great movies of all time, but we don't have time for that right now. We can't talk about... Did either of you actually watch the Coppola Megalopolis?
Yes, I did.
I saw it in theaters.
I saw it in theaters. Only person in theater, baby.
I have not seen that movie.
I also was coming down with a head cold, but I was doing the thing where I was like, I'm not sick. I'm not getting sick. If you say you're not sick enough, then you're not sick. And I'm watching the movie and I'm freezing cold. I'm like, this movie theater is really cold. And I'm like dying. I'm like, this movie fucking sucks. Just truly despising it. And I still don't know if it's a bad movie or a flawed, interesting movie.
It's bad, but interesting, in my opinion.
It's interesting.
It's bad and interesting.
Hey, we might be talking about a movie like that week, or this week, or maybe everybody loves it. I don't know. We'll find out. But first things first, the part of the podcast we all know and love, me begging for you to click that, smash that like, hit the bell, leave a review on Apple Podcast. I always say iTunes, but iTunes got summarily murdered.
Basically, yeah.
The Apple Corporation, yeah, they took it out. Do all that stuff, and hey, they're going to do plugs at the end, but also do the same for Ultra Q. Okay?
Yeah.
They're doing the deep dive. They're the real Ultra Warriors here. Us three, we're simpletons, we're casuals. We're the tourists. We're eating up all the local delicacies. Well, you are deep in you're watching what?
Yeah, we have to live here.
you live in the Ultraverse.
Basically.
What's the lowest point so far? What's the lowest point?
Ultraman Ace.
Really?
God.
I followed someone for them. It was Leo that killed them.
Didn't even think about it.
Leo's interesting because Brad is less high on it than Red and I, but we have some kind of brain poison, so we kind of fuck with it.
That's hilarious.
Leo has cool moments. Ace is, I think the best way I would describe Ace is that it's a show that gives up around the halfway point and becomes something else completely.
That's never a good thing.
And it also keeps, every few episodes, they just make up a new fact about their main character. So, this includes things like, he wet the bed as a child, he was in a motorcycle delinquent club, there's a few more, but, every few weeks, they're just let's just throw something else on the backstory
you
pile.
Ever watch a show that's trying to be hey, we're going to be progressive, include a female protagonist, and then eventually, actually, we're misogynist and get rid of her?
We're going to walk that back.
One.
Wasn't that... Didn't they also try to do that with 80, where they have an important female character and then they change their mind? Or they write her
80,
badly?
80 is a different story, but yeah, that one also has an interesting premise that they redo.
Yeah.
Luckily Toku never...
They love doing that.
Yeah. Luckily, Toku never had any problem with women ever again, and it was always normal.
Oh,
anyway.
I'm glad that there is no show in the Heisei era that maybe also had to retool itself to its detriment.
And maybe there's, maybe the highest budget SFX film in the history of Japan was also very kind to women. And what movie was that, everybody? Why? Teito Monogatari, which is what I would like to call it throughout the episode, but I guess in America... Because of our friends at, is it Media Blasters?
Media Blasters. I don't think they created this localization, but yeah.
I was going to say, if Toei's kind of, I don't know who are, I guess, Johnny's is a top tier villain.
Yeah.
They're an upper level villain. And y'all are going to learn about Johnny's quite soon.
Yes, I'm I gotta do some research later.
Yeah. I guess Toei is kind of like our, I don't know, like an evil empire, but like we have to work within the confines of them, and sometimes they do.
They're like Disney, basically Disney in the show.
Basically.
Insert that Kamen Rider Geo clip blowing up Toei Studios, etc., etc.
etc., etc. Yes.
In Minecraft.
Meteor Blasters would be like our comical sub boss. They're like a Pete from Kingdom Hearts. They're always up to hijinks and doing goofballery, and we just got to deal with their hijinks. And you know how much we like hijinks. We're Toku fans. That's half of Toku.
That's part of Toku. Meteor Blasters, for some reason, we just keep running into it because they have a lot of Keita Amamiya. They have the 90s Kamen Rider movies and Kamen Rider the first and the next. They have like these they have these Teito Monogatari live action adaptations and the 90s OVAs, which seem like Discotek gets, but Meteor Blasters took the license way before them. So, yeah. We just keep running into them.
I love Media Blasters because they're like if Discotek was in a dumpster.
Yeah, and it licensed way more hentai, way more.
They
hentai.
take so many chances on so many lesser known properties just because the one guy that runs it really, really wants to, but they also know the money is in hentai.
Yeah, and they have a guy who has like decades of like entrenched, connections to Japan. It's since the 90s, I guess.
Yeah, speaking of things that are in Japan, it's the worst for a Toku podcast. Like, that could mean anything. We do usually do some, like, intro plus Toku news. I don't know if there's any, like, specific news. I was just going to ask, has anybody watched Megahorn yet? Oh,
I haven't yet, but I'm going to have to watch a few episodes this week.
I like it. It's quite fun.
I hope it's better than Gavon Infinity, because that was awful.
Damn.
I'll be honest. Gavon Infinity, it was one of those things where I think we talked on this podcast. Holy shit! The news around its existence, like everything that like surrounds it, is more interesting than the premise of the show itself.
Yeah,
it's so nothing, and I just don't understand why you could think an interesting. You could make an interesting show out of what if we did Gavon Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I just multiverse is such a poisoned word for me now that like it could be the most interesting show of all time, and they're doing like crazy shit and doing like a crazy Grant Morrison multiverse shit. And just like everything about it was like, now's not the time.
I was just gonna say the show peaked in episode 4 when you have Gendo Akari voicing an ant Gavon.
That's funny.
I like it. But Omega Horn, I like it. They basically took 4 things that are insanely popular and mashed them together, and then recycled them into a low-budget Toku show, which I quite enjoy. They just feel like, hey, let's just do Monster Hunter plus Pokemon. The main character's literally just Red, so
yeah,
it's worth checking out. I quite like it. I thought it was fun.
And ironically, Pokemon was inspired by
Ultra 7,
yeah. Like everything. The things are lining up. They're all connecting. What was the Toku news you wanted to share real quick, Stix?
Oh, well, Myth got its full press conference. That's like the biggest thing, honestly, the past week.
I think it's pronounced mice.
I'm pronouncing it Myth because, myth, and, it's mice.
Is it actually mice?
There was a tweet by official Toei English social media, like, is Kamen Rider Myth, parentheses, pronounced mice.
Yes, pronounced mice, and it's myth, so myth, as if I have a lisp, you know?
Why can't we get Kamen Rider over in America? Why can't we get it over? Oh, it's pronounced mice, idiot. What do you think, dum-dum? You think that's myth? You fool?
Look, I'm just gonna go with my shitty pronunciation that I think is humorous.
So, as someone who doesn't really watch modern Toku other than the Ultraman that is currently airing since we started the podcast, this is about a Kamen Rider building an elaborate mousetrap like the board game, right?
No.
I mean, yeah, it's actually, in spirit, maybe.
Maybe in spirit, but not really. I mean, let me just try to condense it real quick of, what they're trying to sell us here. Kamen Rider Myth, it's like the Chinese Zodiac. There's a rider based on each animal. Our main character is a mice rider. He's a butler for a rich teenage girl. And he protects her, but he's not really a person of justice. He doesn't really have that motive. He's more like protecting her, and she's like the lady of justice. She's not a Kamen Rider though yet. Anyway, so these guys from the Chinese Zodiac Kamen Riders who are of justice come back from 100 years ago, Taisho era shit, and they conflict with our guy. That's the big main premise, I guess, because there's like monsters and they have different philosophies of how to take care of the monsters.
I do think it's interesting that like the mouse is like the quote unquote outsider when they have a cat in the group.
Yeah, that's I think that's part of like the mystery of like what's this cat doing here? Yeah.
What that cat doing here?
Yeah, they have two cats, a red cat and a black cat, and the red cat's like the main rival of our mouse man.
What's the cat doing here is technically the plot of Fruits Basket.
Anyway, they first introduces as like Tom and Jerry, but then finally with a press conference, like, no, it's the Chinese Zodiac.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Anyway, the more interesting stuff is that the main writer, the head writer will be Naruhisa Arakawa, who Toku fans may know as the head writer for Kamen Rider Kuga and a multitude of Super Sentai shows.
He did Abba Ranger, I think.
Abba Ranger, Deca Ranger, Gokaiger, Kira Major, etc. Very, he's a veteran, very celebrated. I think Kuga is more the responsibility of its producer, but that's besides the point. He's not the type of guy to write every episode like some other Toku writers are, so I'm interested in who will fill in the blanks for him. But yeah, I think it'll be good because they have the action director from Gav. He's like the best action director they have at Toei. I think it'll be a good time at the bare minimum.
Yeah, I skipped on Zets, yeah, because I was like Takahashi again. I don't need that.
I don't blame you. They're trying something new with it. I don't think Takahashi is very good at doing this something new, but when it sings, it's really good, and when it's not, it's like, oh, come on, dude.
Yeah, because I was like, I watched Geats.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that was okay.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't exactly like enthused to go back to.
That's fair.
I watched like the first 8 episodes of Zets, and it was very Potential Man show, where I'm like, this could be good. Like every episode, I was like, this could be really good.
Right, and
so
it sounds like those highs occasionally, and then it kind of gets comfortable sometimes. And I'm like, stop that! Don't get comfortable.
But I've recently been trying to go back to Gav because I never finished it. And
Gav, best Reiwa show, IMO.
I loved it. Well, I liked it. Listen, there's a lot to love about it.
I think Myth has potential to beat Gav. I think Myth has potential.
Okay. All right.
It just depends. Right. Anyway, so yeah, that's coming out September. I'm excited. They're saying it's the next step for the global push of Kamen Rider. I'm like, all right, man. Whatever you say, man.
Okay. Whatever, sure. I mean, it's been a global push so far. I mean, it's somewhere out there. Dorks on YouTube watching it.
It's on YouTube. It's simulcasted. What more do you want?
The dorks who would have found a way to watch it are watching it on YouTube now, I guess. That's
instead of torrenting it, maybe? I guess they got
It's literally on Poob.
It's on Poobie. It's on Koopa. It's on Dingle Dangle. Hey, listen, we Josh, but I mean, I watch this on Tubi. Tubi's become the unofficial Toku streaming service.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, I guess
through doing this podcast, I learned that browser add-ons make it very easy to grab things from Tubi for local purposes.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I was a little surprised how easy, frankly.
Let me know about that. Yeah. Message me.
I will. I got a link for you. Don't you worry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm sure 90% of their the money they get from is through in TV ads.
Oh God, yes.
Mom or dad,
God, me and Hunter will complain.
Forget 90%. Like that's 100% where it comes from.
100%.
Right.
For the record, I'm fine with it. I am under I am under constant fear that one day I'm going to wake up and they're going to say, oh, you can get the ad-free version for $3.99 a month. I will sit through 1,000 AI casino ads on this website before I pay a cent to use it.
Yeah.
I think Tubi is the closest streaming has gotten to walking inside of a Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
I can
has
agree with that.
it has everything,
But also,
quite literally everything.
yeah.
Stuff you have not thought about for decades, new movies, TV shows, everything.
Yeah.
I love Tubi. It's great. It has maybe one of the worst TV apps I have ever had to deal with in my
Same
life.
here. Same here. Yeah. Very bad.
But I love it. I love it. And I have zero issue. I had zero issue trying to watch this on there.
Yeah. Totally. Uh-huh. I
Yep.
can get into my
Or
Tubi
what we're-
experience if you want. Or we just wait till we'll get to the movie and then I can be like, yeah, this pissed me off because of Tubi.
yeah. Well, I could get into the Russ cap real quick. The Russ cap, Brad and Mel, real quick, is where I try to summarize long, convoluted media too quickly, and then it's almost like a test for me.
Mhm.
It's like writing an essay in 5th grade. They see how much of the actual information I retained.
Yep.
I feel like my hit rate's 90%. It's not terrible.
This is the glorious return of the Russ cap as well.
Yeah.
We have not had
glorious
this
return.
in quite a
It was
bit.
missing.
Yeah. Tiga was so episodic. It was like I was writing recaps of individual episodes and it was ballooning to the point I'm like, I should be being paid freelance, right? So I should be paying less than minimum wage to write it. But
yeah. Sorry about that.
I'm writing too much. And so it became more of a can Russ remember game, which was really good when I had watched it just before, and it was very bad when it got further than a week because then all the episodes started to meld in my brain. But hey, I got the Russ cap here. I'll go through it, and then we can start talking about the movie. So this is the return of the Russ cap for Taito Monogatari. So this is the return of the Russ cap, of which we all love. And look at this, a movie that recaps 14 years of Japanese history in hyper-accurate detail, I bet. I mean, I didn't think Gaku Tensoku was real, and here I am now. What was I talking about? Oh, that's right. Doomed Tokyo Megalopolis. No, Tokyo Megalopolis. Doomed Megalopolis. No, flip that. Wait, no, it's Tokyo Last Megalopolis. The Megalopolis. Oh, whatever. Taito Monogatari. There. Keeping with that. Anyway, Caesar Catalina is a young genius architect who's hell-bent on getting his genius magical CGI park opened and ready before it's shut down by fuddy-duddy wet-towel Giancarlo Esposito. Also, Aubrey Plaza plays Platinum Wow. What? Fuck! I fucked up in front of our guests. I look like a huge dweeb. I watched the wrong Megalopolis. I should have realized that when the movie wasn't set in Tokyo. Sorry, everyone. My bad. Okay, edit point. Okay. Oh, Mel, you watched the wrong one too, Mel.
Hasn't had my opening bit.
Fuck. All right. Okay. We're back. Edit back in. Okay. I watched the right movie. And what a movie it was. Our Megalopolis is Tokyo, starting in 1912. Paper lanterns and candlelight are the norms in this hallowed ground. Tairo no Masakado is a long-dead feudal lord that looms over the city as a looming presence, sometimes guarding Tokyo from dark energy, but also procuring dark energy. There's one problem, though. Tairo no Masakado runs on a Don't Wake Daddy-style rule set. Wake up Big Bad Masakado and Proto-Tokyo will probably explode. But who'd pull that kind of shit? Uh-oh, there is someone who would pull that shit. Yasunori Kato is a 2,000-year-old demon sorcerer Grinch type figure, hell-bent on destroying Tokyo for some reason. His only opposition is Yasumasa Hirai, who's in charge of the Emperor's Onmyoji, who are like the Meiji FBI, but they arrest ghosts instead of civil rights leaders. Anyway, one night, Hirai is like, I don't know about this progress stuff. It might wake up the evil demon that will kill us all. And Shintaro Katsu, the famous Japanese industrialist, is like, please fuck off with the Studio Ghibli shit. I have a headache. While that lovely exchange goes down, Kato kidnaps Yukari Tatsumiya, a young woman whose lineage harkens back to Tairo no Masakado himself. Kato does bad stuff to her. We're not going to get into it. But during one of his more ghoulish incantations, Hirai, Yukari's brother Yoichiro, acclaimed writer Kota Rohan, and some other guy with glasses come to her aid. In the conflict, Kato is wounded and retreats, but leaves behind a nasty reminder of his presence. Yukari is impregnated seemingly by the evil Kato, and any attempt to get rid of the problem is stopped by dark sorceries. Hirai Saddened by the death of his boss, Emperor Meiji, and worried about the baby situation and Kato's antics, can't talk, decides to take the natural move and gut himself like a fish to divine what's gonna happen. He sticks that bad boy in, but in his waning moments, Kato prances up and proceeds to teabag his mystic rival. He tampers with Hirai's results and fucks off, leaving the viewer confused if this is his fate, if this is fate at hand or Kato fucking around. Kato then fucks off to the Japanese colony, and I apologize for all the cursing, Japanese colony of Dairen. Did I say that right?
I
believe
think.
so.
Okay,
I think so.
Dairen in China.
Maybe.
Leaving those who knew of him in a state of shock and confusion. So now a mystical ticking time bomb has been set in Japan, and all the Zodiac heads flipping out knowing the date and discussion is during Boar Week on Discovery Plus. On the 12th day of the 12th month of the 12th year, the streets of Tokyo will be awash with blood. The only ones who have any chance at stopping it are the Tatsumiya family, but they're caught up in their own melodrama surrounding Yukari's mystery child. While that mystic family melodrama is going on in like shrines and mansions and shit, the rest of Tokyo plods on. People start getting all the cool amenities of being a 20th century city person. Who's worried about demons when you got indoor plumbing? One genius physicist named Terada is hellbent on getting Tokyo's government to dig deep and build a cool subway train. Kato also wants to dig deep and wake that spirit up, but Kota Rohan and Glasses Guy stop him, but they both know that they don't have to juice to stop this freak for good. Thus enters Keiko Tatsumiya, a branch family of the Tatsumiya clan who acts as a shrine maiden for the family and also wife to Yoichiro. She's like the one person with a computer science degree, so the rest of the family asks them for help with their iPhones, but with ghosts instead. She loves Yoichiro, but he only sees her as some lady who lives in his house and does Ghostbuster IT.
Yeah.
Anyway, she meets up with a mysterious feng shui expert named Kuroda. Kuroda's an oddball with a heart of gold who knows a lot about weird esoterica and is kind of an Encyclopedia Brown, but for demons. He is definitely not an author insert.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, while all that mess is going down, there's a fucking demon infestation on over at the damn dig site. They're building the damn subway like ants in the Subway sandwich franchise. So in a move that makes a lot of sense and I understood, the subway crew enlists a pneumatic tube-based robot to fight the demons. Also, the robot is real, by the way. They got photos of that shit. Huh? Wait, are you fucking kidding me? And they wrote him into the movie? That's like if they wrote the World's Fair robot that smokes cigarettes into a movie where he fights Dracula. I mean, there's already a chance there's a movie like that on Tubi already. But what do I know? So yeah, pre-World War II Get a Robo is going on. Don't ask me. Oh, what's that? Kato has snatched Yukari's daughter and his heir apparent Yukiko to try and re-implement his rebirth ritual for Taira no Masakato he tried earlier in the movie, but now things are twice as dire given the fact he's her father and she probably has insane demon blood properties. Keiko goes protagonist mode and starts killing Dark Souls 2 bosses to save her niece. There's a problem though. That's no niece. That's a second cousin, maybe stepdaughter. Uh-oh. That's right. Keiko drops a truth nuke on Kato. The kid ain't his. It's actually the product of incest. Huzzah? I mean, it's bad it's incest, but hear me out. At least she's now not the candidate to wake up a demonic entity. I'm just a glass half full guy, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Kato, incensed, looks to try and wake up his demon homie the old-fashioned way by causing a debilitating earthquake through dark magic. But Keiko denies him even that, doing a light-forward special cancel to stop his dark spell. Foiled and pissed as he can be, Kato spirits Keiko away to Manchuria, leaving Yoichiro heartbroken and confused what to do without wifey in his complicated family situation. But I guess living in the city is always a complicated relationship, as the citizens of Tokyo go on smoking cigarettes and eating beef bowls. The industrialist guy from the start of the movie says some shit about how maybe the old city he used to know was destroyed after all this progress, and not sure if it's a good thing. They look at a fresh new Ginza and go, whatever, you build it up every couple of years, it should be fine. Not knowing in a few hundred years, well, in 100 years, Bubba Gump would spring up there where he stands a few decades later. And thus, the tale of Teito Monogatari. How clear was it? Does that sound about right?
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly.
That tracks.
There's not a single false statement in that recap.
I
Look,
internalized
there's some
all of this.
clarifications that can be made, but mostly correct, yeah.
I internalized all of this while watching the movie.
Yeah.
It was very understandable and straightforward.
Yep.
Listen, I chose this movie, or like I pushed for this movie, because like, I guess where my logic was coming from is that we watched Tiga and Jisoji worked on it. And I know there's like this internalized feeling of like, oh, we all want to watch the Jisoji movie where he just pops off.
Mhm.
He goes crazy.
Right.
Now, I think Mel and Brad, you've talked about like his weird Ultra Q movie.
Yeah.
Yes. Which is, I was thinking about constantly while watching
Yes, this is the thing he did. He did this movie immediately before the Ultra movie, and I just kept thinking of that movie the entire time I was watching this.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's more of what I'm looking for, because I feel like this movie, I don't think he went off the rails. I just think this production was crazy.
It was. Just reading about it, it sounds nuts.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's also, I don't know if anyone else knows, but it's like it adapts 4 volumes of a novel series.
Yes, it
Yes,
does.
Yeah,
that's
4
crazy.
novels.
I looked into that a little bit. There's apparently a commentary or like an interview they did for like a later Blu-ray release where, or at least like some of the people that worked on it. And they said that like, yeah, we did a lot. This is a lot like that 80s Dune movie that came
By
out
David
in
Lynch.
America.
I could see that, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and yet, honestly, I did not know that it's Tato
Monogatari.
Monogatari, yeah.
Monogatari. Yeah. I did not know that series was that long.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
But like
It's a-
4 books
In one
in
movie.
2 hours?
Yeah.
I think I read.
Oh, go ahead, Mel.
I did my own production research because like, well, I'll probably talk about this somewhere else later anyway. But like, it seemed like Kato's actor, like was a bit like, I don't know why you're trying to do all of this in a 2-hour movie, but maybe that's just what the vibe is in the bubble economy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just
Hubris.
maybe that's just
Hubris, yeah.
maybe that's just like how it is these days. This
Yeah,
movie
it's
takes
just
itself
how it
to the
is.
moment.
Fuck it.
Yeah. I was really curious watching this movie because I just like Tato Monogatari is a institution unto itself, even just beyond these movies being popular, in the sense that like a lot of Japanese urban fantasy, especially anything that's more occult-like in nature,
Anything to do with Onmyoji and stuff, especially.
has a lot of roots back to the, like, in particular, like, background info for who I am. A long time ago, I hosted a Shin Megami Tensei podcast, so I vaguely knew.
That Shin Megami Tensei owes its life to this book series.
Yes.
Also, needs to be said,
Absolutely.
Kato's design definitely launched several other imitator designs like M. Bison and Raido Kuzunoha.
Right, yeah. As soon as he showed up, I'm like, that's Raido.
Raido Kuzunoha.
Yeah, he's just shorthand at this point for evil psychic or evil like demonic entity hiding in the shadows.
Or just like a guy
like
who could control spirits, who could summon spirits. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently the guy that actually played it's Kato, right?
Kato.
Kato, sorry. The author liked like his portrayal in that movie so much. They started retroactively like redesigning him in the book to resemble
That's so
the
funny.
actor.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, it's mostly because like the actor that plays him is like the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, he's
Oh, yeah,
fantastic
Easily.
in this.
Yeah.
Such an evil entity, he's such an evil aura, and we don't like really learn that much about him. I guess that's like, if we're gonna boil down at least my problems with the movie, and I like this movie overall. I have some like sour thoughts about it, and I think it's just because there's so much interesting and good like meaty themes and interesting ideas. I'd almost say like this is a really good ad for the book because it did make me want to read it, and I did Google it and immediately it's not available.
It's also interesting because like just through the course of us doing a podcast, not even just like just because of Jisoji stuff, but there's a lot of things here that relate to things that we have talked about on the podcast, like there's a lot of like Japanese history folk stuff that comes up in the Ulski movie, obviously, like he's working with similar themes there, but also just like one we did like a Japanese Empire stuff, and like we did like on a side pod called Dieter Corey on our feed. But Red and I did like entire series on Golden Kamuy, so I'm sort of like, I'm seeing stuff there.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't even think about that.
But also just like, one of the highlights of the movie is like when the year of the boar comes, and like September 1st, 1923 is like the Great Kanto earthquake.
Yep.
And like that's a big historical event that I was like, oh wait, it's that earthquake, and I looked it up, but also like there's an episode of Return of Ultraman which was inspired by that event, except the thing that often gets brushed over and is also brushed over in this movie is the fact that during the earthquake, the Japanese people did a bunch of ethnic pogroms against Koreans and other colonized people like Okinawans and Ainu and stuff, and communists and anarchists in the city, because they're like, oh, the earthquake, the people of those the Koreans, they poisoned the water, etc., etc. And so that's a thing that gets not talked about when the Great Kanto earthquake is talked about a lot in Japanese media.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff in this movie. It's a hard movie to read. Well, mostly because it's so packed with stuff. Because there is this like feeling of like I feel like there is this commentary, like a subtle irony or comedy to it, of just like there's a demon on the edge of the city. I don't know if we should like dig all this shit up and fuck with it. And the industrious immediately goes, no, I think we should do that. Yeah. So in a way, there is some kind of like interesting commentary, but also it kind of delves into like Chinese mysticism in a way that you're like, okay. And some of the gender politics are interesting.
Also, really like interesting because like for most of the movie, it's almost like played completely straight as like a historical like fiction period piece.
Yes,
there's a lot of like showcasing of like urban planning, like thinking of like what like this city. I cannot say Megalopolis. That is not a real word to me anymore. Like this city that like going into like details of public transit, like why they would need it. It's because they're getting overcrowded. The trains are starting to move slower now. We need to fix that. And then after that, it's just full on like stop motion Ray Harryhausen demons.
The gremlins are out.
Apparently the monsters were designed by H.R. Geiger.
He specifically designed the guardian spirit he uses at the end against Keiko, the one that's spinning blades. Yeah.
Interesting.
I will say that seeing stop motion creatures was a delight, because we haven't seen that as much in the Toku stuff we have. Like, there's a different mode of Toku technically.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, there's like a few more. Oh, that's the Golden Kamuy boss baby radar going off. It's like one again, like, oh, there's a bunch of things from actual history that are just showing up in here.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's overlap with Golden Kamuy for sure.
And then two, just also the fact that like, oh, he goes to like Dairen, which was like the Port Arthur, the colony that Japan stole from Russia in the Russo-Japanese War, which is like a, again, pivotal thing in Golden Kamuy is the whole deal of like the battle for Port Arthur and the Russo-Japanese War. So, it's sort of like, oh wow, doing that podcast series is paying dividends so much.
Yeah, you're not as lost as other people would be.
No, for sure. I mean, like, listen, I feel like I started off a little negative. It's just like there's doing that recap and being like, man, a lot went on, and I'm not sure how much of it. I think
it's basically just a problem of like, this is too much to do in a 2-hour movie.
Yes, right. It is.
And
the production's
so
lavish.
ambitious.
The production's lavish.
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
Right.
Yeah.
I read this as like Jisoji's like most commercially successful movie.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course it'd be.
I definitely was gonna say, I think definitely at some point you guys should watch the Ultra Q movie, because I also think like that movie is one, it's 90 minutes, but also equally dense, but in a way that I think is like more coherent.
It almost feels like a second pass at a lot of these same ideas in a little bit with a little more focus and intentionality.
Yeah, because it's
how I felt.
It's got a lower level view than like fucking geopolitical city stuff.
I think it helps. It doesn't have to stay true to a book series that is beloved too. They just get to
one of the most popular book series
freedom
ever in Japan. 5 million copies sold.
And I'm sure Jisoji at that point's like an old elder statesman at Tsuburaya, so he gets a little more weight to push around. Whereas I'm sure there were a lot of hands with this production where it's like, I don't feel like you should do that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the direction's beautiful. It's like looks composed. I feel like maybe if you just had like the classical music, if you had this like in the background of a bar or like a public space and just had it running in the corner, I feel like people would stop and be like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Right.
it's captivating. It's just us being here like, okay, what is the point of the movie? What's the main theme? Obviously, the main theme is like the battle between progress and tradition.
Secularism and
It's
mysticism
interesting.
coexisting. Yeah.
It's interesting that there's like the whole thing of like, just like, we get like the models of the city and like the urban planning and like, you know, maybe this secret movie about like the importance of walkable cities. But just like, it's interesting because you have the big earthquake and then the city like rises from the ashes like a phoenix. And it's like, you know, no matter what, the city's going to keep growing. And you know what? That city's going to be fucked up in about a decade when the Americans firebomb it. But
no.
but then, you know, it does again.
Yeah, they have
Rise
that
from the ashes.
foresight they can put in the movie and books. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, that's part of the reason I'm like, I do want to see the sequel eventually.
And it is, you know,
Maybe.
it's like, you know, that's, I guess, where also the feng shui comes in, because it's like, oh yeah, feng shui is all about like mysticism through like, obviously I'm just like going from causal osmosis because I'm not like an expert on this subject matter, so don't take my word
me
for it.
neither.
But just like, it's basically all about like, you know, mysticism and good fortune from like the shape of a space.
Mhm.
And the physical layout of locations, and that's like a thing like, oh, you have to lay out these things in a particular room or a particular building in this kind of way. And so like the concern of like, and I imagine that's the thing that's like more prevalent in the book where they have room to like go over that stuff, because again, like four volumes of book
They
in
condensed
2 hours.
2 hours. Good lord.
Yeah. And they seem like pretty meaty texts. This isn't like a light novel.
This is
comic
not a
for,
light
like,
novel.
18-year-olds.
God fucking no.
It's like the guy is like a super like guy who knows his history, and you can tell. And
He spends all his
Maybe
money
y'all
on
know
getting
how-
rare, expensive books.
Do y'all know how that book series starts, by the way?
No.
No, drop it on me.
The guy is like a writer of nonfiction who writes about like history and anthropology and geology. And I think because of some funding quota, his boss was like, hey man, we need a fantasy novel, and I think you'd make a real interesting one. You want to give it a try? And he went, sure. And he just wrote like a bestseller, just killed it with all of his different interests.
I think someone is finally doing fan translation of the books now.
I saw a Facebook page for it, which is like English translate Taito Monogatari now or something like that.
I think when I last checked like a week ago, it was like it's in the middle of volume 2, so you know.
Ooh, okay.
We just live in such a
dense text, so I'm sure it'll take a while, but you know.
Oh god, yeah.
It's just that funny feeling of like we're in this age of like we feel so spoiled that we get everything, or like, you know, there's like a translation really available, and then there's like an text like this that's not.
Yeah,
well, I don't know if it's the text, but something
it's one
that's
of
so
the
tantamount.
texts in my
yeah,
IMO.
it's one of those things where like there's a lot of things that's like Japanese media comes over and we don't. There's a lot of things that come over that's like easy to sell, but some of the harder to sell stuff that is being like inspiring stuff isn't coming over. Like, you know, like as we said, people here in North America know who Rise of Kuzunoha is, but they don't know Yasunori Kato because they haven't read Taito Monogatari because they can't
watch this cult classic.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And it's also like even like I was just gonna say also just like, oh, because like, you know, I recently for the R pod as well, I'll rewatch Evangelion and just sort of like it's so blatant how much Anno is like influenced by Jisoji's directorial style.
Yes,
in like basically
God.
every episode. But
God,
like, you
yes.
know, people don't fucking know Jisoji.
They don't know who Akio Jisoji is. It's a shame.
And they and like people would definitely fuck with Jisoji's style if they like the style of Evangelion, but you know, nobody knows.
Yeah, right. Like
Jisoji.
if they like Hideaki Anno, you should watch the stuff by his grandpappy culturally.
Yeah.
Direct.
So what we're saying is you go into the Discord, invite the homies over, and start with the beginning of Jisoji's filmography. The real start.
Yeah, his
And,
fake
just-
films.
Yeah. What are these again? No. It's really, yeah, it's insane. So the production's like really lush and beautiful. And the music's great. I remember
It's a
who
classically
did the
trained
music.
like composer who went to like Germany to like learn music and stuff.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like this guy's
I think I
the real
I think
deal.
I also read for like the 1926 section, they like, oh yeah, we rebuilt this section of Ginza for the movie.
Oh yeah,
also,
that's like
really
a
lavish.
third of the
That's
production
wild.
budget went into 1927 Ginza set and all the extras and shit.
Right.
Which is like, this is the second movie I
Wow.
watched this year where it's like, yeah, this guy just built the set for a town as the movie.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, let's see.
The other one being
Open-
like the
Yeah, the
Playtime, which is a French movie.
The open
Yeah,
set,
yeah.
which cost around 300 million yen by itself, 1 billion yen movie, by the way, was a 150-meter long size facsimile of the early Showa era district, featuring several electric cable cars and 3,000 fully costumed extras, which you can tell when you watch the movie.
Right. Yeah, there's something so insane about watching a movie. I feel like on some level, I get it. They were going for like, this will be our, sorry to use a Western example, but like, this is going to be our Lord of the Rings, but we're going to get it under 2 hours and combine the Fellowship of the Ring and the first half of
Two Towers.
of the Two Towers and two.
This is the inverse of The Hobbit.
Yes.
Or like, again, like they said in the Wikipedia article, this is like Japan's Dune in terms of like they were throwing everything at
Yeah.
the wall trying to get this thing made. Like
Yeah.
they like
Down to getting the avant-garde director, even.
right, and like the it like they got, you know, Aki Josoji, and then the director of special effects is the director of special effects for the original Ultraman TV series, Minoru Nakano, and the cinematographer from the original Ultraman 1966 series, Masao Nakahori. So they got like the most pop culture, like you know, really dug into the roots for this, and then gave them insane amounts of money, trying to like see, oh, we should get Ryuichi Sakamoto to be in Kato, and that's not happening. You know, like all the like this is bubble excess at its most visible.
Yes. Well, I guess the one difference with Dune, I think it was a commercial success. I don't know if it was like the
Yeah.
biggest movie ever, but people do. I guess it's like an extension of the novel. I think people like it as like, oh, the thing I like is on the screen. I don't know if it's like has like. I don't know.
probably-
Unlike
goes
Dune,
down-
this actually made money for the people who
Yeah.
made
Yeah,
it.
that helps.
It, pro-
too.
yeah,
That
it pro-
helps
it
too.
probably.
Yeah.
I mean, this is to get a sequel next year, so yeah.
Yeah.
And like, if this probably like goes down easier if you know the history that's talked about already, even if you haven't necessarily read the novel, which I'm sure a lot of people who watched the movie have. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna be honest, like going into like take like the movie like going down a little easy, I gotta be very real. I said this in our podcast group chat. I was lost for like a good minute
Yeah.
watching this.
I, to be honest,
Um,
I kind of had the Wikipedia article open just so I could glance the summary, just to be like,
Yeah.
okay, what is happening, so I can ground myself, because it's not like I'm internalizing these character names either, except for
Right.
No, not at all. I barely remember a single character's name in this movie, and it is not the fault of the movie, like at all.
It is the fact
It's
that
just
we are
like,
not
there's-
Japanese. Is the thing.
it's-
Yeah.
it's like a little bit of that, but it's also like because the movie is focusing on so many different time periods, like jumping ahead like 10 years. I want to say like I think every act of the movie
Is
is
its
within
own
like a
time
10-year
period.
span.
Well,
I think it's like
1912,
1917 or something.
1923, then 1927 are the three time periods. I
Yeah.
think.
Jesus.
It's more so that like because it's jumping around so much, it can be a little hard to keep track of the cast
Right.
and like
And
the characters.
And not all of
At
them
least it
carry
was
over.
for me.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. One of them just believes.
yeah.
Like near the third act of the movie, he's like, "Oh, I'm going back to my hometown. Shit's too crazy here."
Or like a big
That's
chunk of the
totally
movie,
me.
like you leave like the family drama. Suddenly, you're just only focusing on this guy who's trying to figure out planning Tokyo and like entering the Showa era. And it's like, is this the same actors before? No, this is a different character. This is not the same guy.
I love that the urban planning like plot for this movie is just happening completely parallel
Yeah, completely
Right.
parallel.
all of the occult
It only
stuff.
starts really
Half the time they
intersecting near
don't
the
even
end.
intersect.
Right.
Why did they
It's-
hire the robots?
Why not? They
Think about it.
needed a fake human. The
have an
gremlins
answer
gotta
for
attack
this.
something.
What? Okay, what is the answer?
So they're digging out the tunnels and they get attacked by gremlin people, and then there's like a weird plot thread where they're like, maybe you didn't get attacked by gremlin people.
You imagined it and attacked and scratched each other.
Yeah, which is wild gaslighting. But he's basically he's like, you know, because we're weak and flawed human beings, you like that's why you get attacked by stop motion gargoyles, which is also what I tell myself when I fail at life.
Yeah.
But this gives him the idea after the camera pans to his recent pulp sci-fi magazine to who I was also surprised to find out is completely real and true to life. Seek out the inventor of the first Japanese robot, Gaku Tensoku, because he lacks the artificiality, or he is completely artificial and lacks the flaws of human beings.
My only notes in this movie are about that fucking part you're talking about.
Yeah,
Umineko. It's like Umineko shit.
I loved the magazine Robot Man.
Robot Man.
They're like, Jinzo Ningen, camera cuts to an angle showing a magazine titled Robot Man. I was like, perfect.
And I think this is actually where some of the juiciest stuff is actually, because one, let me tell you, that robot, you know, gives it a good go of things. It also gets fucked up by the stop motion gargoyles. Perhaps the things that we create also embody the flaws that we as people have. But also, I thought it was interesting how it's very, very quick and very easy to miss. But when they go into the exhibit where the robot is being shown, the person giving the tour of the robot is discussing how it was designed specifically to aesthetically look like people from all across the globe.
Five different races or peoples.
Yeah.
Yes.
And can be seen as, well, if we are going to be building shit on top of natural and, as Kato would call it, sacred land, the potential of a future where we are living in harmony and peacefully with one another and can still achieve great things. Going against the guy who's trying to tear it all down, saying we fucked up by having this here in the first place.
It is weird trying to suss out like Kato's motivations, because one, he's like an evil motherfucker, but he's like, maybe this will be more clear in the novels, but it's sort of like he wants to destroy Tokyo because it was like holy land of his people in the past or whatever, which makes it sound like he's trying to avenge Japan against colonialism.
But
maybe, which feels like, well, one, it's like that's a, you know, on one hand, the least terrible read of that could be like, you know, Killmonger in Black Panther, kind of. And but on the more terrible read, it could be like, oh, Kato is like a spirit who represents like the vengeance of the people Japan has and is continuing to colonize, coming against Japan. Because, like,
doesn't
you know, at this moment,
say something like he's powered? He says something about people's
powered by
angry
hatred.
soul.
Powered by
hatred. And, you know, that's maybe a more, and I think that's like a thing that I'd read as more in line with Jisoji's own politics and beliefs, just based off his own work. But it's the thing, obviously, he's also working off of a novel.
Yeah, he's adapting a novel series, right?
Yeah. But, you know, it is just kind of interesting to think about the angle, because obviously at this point Japan does have colonies, like they already annexed Korea.
They are an empire, full-on empire at this
Yeah.
point. Yeah, even by 1912.
Yeah.
They're,
So funny.
They're a colonial empire by 1912.
I know that there's like a famous producer on this movie who went on to like help start the J-horror movement, because it's so funny you saying that out loud.
This guy,
where he's like, oh, ancient spirit driven by hate. That's like 90% of J-horror, but it's just like hyper localized to like a city block. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. This producer produced like the other cult classic of the 80s, Legend of the Stardust Brothers, written, edited, and directed by Makoto Tezuka. You know,
that's awesome.
I didn't even know about that movie until I did research.
Oh,
yeah.
Also, the author of this book has a cameo in Norway the Curse. I did see that too. Where has anybody here else seen Norway the Curse?
I have not.
No,
I have not.
I'm not familiar.
Awesome movie. It's a great found footage Japanese horror movie about like a modern day film crew like unearthing a like weird rural Japanese curse that's slowly affecting like all these people. It's very grim and weird and dark. I highly recommend it. But it's like he shows up and it's like just about like just sometimes spirits will come and torment you for a while and then you either die or you move on. It's very funny.
Also, side note, I did learn before we get too far away from the robot. The guy.
Sorry.
No worries. That was great. I just before I lose this, I want to make sure this gets in here because it's very funny.
Yeah.
The guy who they had as the creator of the robot acting in this movie is the son of the real guy who
created the robot. Yeah,
that's
awesome.
So
Awesome.
good. Yeah, that's so awesome.
Great.
Yep.
I mean, like I already said it in the recap, but just the moment of being like, where do they come up with the shit and Googling it and the robot being real? Like my jaw hit the fucking floor. I was like,
right
what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I was like, this movie is insane. They made a robot to resemble a robot from the early 20th century World Fair, or Japan's equivalent of the World Fair.
For me, I had this moment when I was like reading the Wikipedia summary to like get my bearings, and I saw that the robot had a hyperlink.
I was like, oh shit, it's that kind of movie.
Yeah, every character has a hyperlink except for like the author self-insert, who he's not a self-insert. I don't know. It's just very funny. And, it's the whole movie. It's so fascinating. It's like, there's so much about this movie so interesting. What they're going for, the themes they're kind of hitting, all the historical stuff, the characters, and like, I guess the plot's almost kind of like straightforward.
Right.
When you lay it out.
It's
just this guy who's trying to,
It's all the esoterics and the jargon that really, and like the history. And that's what confuses people, and the timeline and the players in it. Yeah. Can I get my bit in about this movie at least?
Oh yeah, of course.
So, okay, we have this guy, Yasunori Kato. In this movie, he kind of functions like, a true movie villain. He's like Dracula. He's got, or a slasher villain. He's like, he can get stabbed and not feel anything and do supernatural stuff. He's like an interesting figure in the sense that he's all about grudges. Like, he's a cursed spirit, but also he's a demon. He's an oni, but he's like a Majin. He's like an evil, like an evil man that's like more immortal. He's multiple different things. And his first outfit, his most infamous outfit, is the Imperial Japanese officer outfit, which is fascinating because it's, again, Japanese Empire times. And Taira no Masakado, like they emphasize in the movie, he rebelled against the Japanese emperor, and that's what led to his death. In a sense, he is rebelling, and when trying to wake up this, evil spirit, of course. Well, evil spirit, quote unquote, but like he's trying. It's almost like another way of trying to, rebel against the Japanese government in a sense, as that man did in the Edo period, right? And I feel like the thing I get from this movie is that all of this is because it's a historical fiction. It's more of just, I think everyone understands this. It's more of metaphorical in the end of the day. And this is mostly symbolized by the whole plot point of the demon baby, who isn't actually a demon baby, but metaphorically is a demon baby because it's a product of brother-sister incest that we find out at the end.
Yeah.
And again, like a lot of this book, I guess what the book series would be is just the weird conflict, blurred lines of secularism going side by side with the mysticism of the past. Because again, at the start of the movie, they have the Tsuchimikado, I think, clan, who are the big Onmyoji clan that do all the chanting and all that, the paper stuff. Right, the summoning Shikigami, which, if you know Jujutsu Kaisen, Megumi from Jujutsu Kaisen, that's his whole thing, summoning little birds and stuff. Right.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because at the start, they totally treat Taira Masakado as like this total fuck asshole, evil guy, evil spirit that just, is kind of, you have to just kind of respect as, don't wake him up. But at the same time, as the movie, gets more and more like the Tokyo gets more and more industrialized, it's seen more of a thing to protect, or instead of just full on, this is the evil hate, as it was in the very intro of the movie with the old men at the top of the mountain on the next to the shrine, the Torii gates, which I don't know. I know this is a whole lot of rambling with not much connection, but it's just interesting of how like a lot of this, like I think a theme of this and Teiju Monogatari is how this gets normalized, of how things like that, get secularized in a sense. How in the past it would be super, it's just kind of like superstitions is kind of part of popular belief, but now it's just kind of like a fun fact almost, or just so that you live with.
I know. I was listening to one of your Gridman episodes. I know Mel and Brad, you listened to some episodes of Shelved by Genre, right?
Yes, big fan.
I listened to their Patreon episode about Pulse, and I think about it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a really good discussion in there, I think about all the time, where I think Cameron, I can't remember who it was, they read a book about J-horror.
Mm-hmm.
And what's so interesting about J-horror is that there's a feeling of like, Japan modernized so quickly that they didn't have any of their like religious or cultural institutions to go back to, because they just, over the course of 100 years, we're modern now. We ditched all that shit. This is how it is now. And I think this movie literally depicts Japan going, fuck all this sorcery shit, get it out of here, and not really knowing what to do about the issue at hand.
Yeah.
Because like Pulse was all about like ghosts coming in through the internet and nobody having any kind of like sense of what to do about the situation. And this movie is like, the one guy who had an idea of what to do about the situation. His boss died.
It's such a good scene.
Oh, it's such an amazing scene.
That's the definition with his own blood and guts, and then Kato comes in and steps on him so the blood goes
further into the calendar on the scroll. Right. Oh,
and then
immaculate.
He uses it to figure paint boar.
And with his blood. Okay. And it dries like... oh, God, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I was wondering, I thought that was him tampering with, or like fucking with people, or like trying to mess with his prophecy and like put it into people's heads.
I think that's what they're going for, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was call and kind of thing.
And it's represented by the blood trail, him messing with a prophecy.
I love that the blood was too solid, that he had to keep dipping the guy's finger into it.
I saw it's probably like a mistake on the production, but it's like it was such a dry what he was using. It was so dry.
Yeah. I love that. It felt like an error.
It felt like an error, but they just kept going with it. Like, fuck it, we're doing it live.
How he steps on him to get more out, like a fucking bad pet.
Oh, it's so cool.
On that note, like something I was thinking about a lot too, and again, this is kind of going back to we're doing a side thing right now on the Kerbero saga from Mamoru Oshii. And one of the things that is like a historical precedent for that I was thinking about, and is a little bit later, but a little bit later from when this movie is set, but I think it's still definitely top of mind culturally, is as Japan is in this period, there is definitely... And, they're radicalizing into we are the empire.
Mm-hmm.
There are different sets of thought on what that should look like. And there is a loud group of people that are going, hey, we need to go back to our traditional spiritual ways. And like, we've lost our way. We need to go back to what we used to be doing and do what makes us uniquely Japanese. And then there's another set of people that are going, those guys have really big guns. We should do what they're doing. And that becomes a big schism leading up to World War II that ends up with, quite a bit of bloodshed, internally. And I was thinking about that all throughout that first city planning scene where they're like, how do we build this city that has a lot of history behind it for the modern era? And then at some point, even someone brings up, like, we can't build our cities like they do out in America or in Europe. We have to think about earthquakes. Yeah, it's great. Right. We aren't the same as everywhere else, and we have to keep that in mind. It's very interesting.
So instead of skyscrapers, we do ground scrapers.
Ground scrapers.
There you go. Underground city.
I mean, I really love that it's like a metaphor where it's like we've got two problems here. Like on its surface, like the earthquake probably got closer to destroying the city than Kanto did, but it's also kind of like we have the spiritual earthquake any moment now. It's like it's literally a ley line is the same as a fault line, but it's just like a spiritual
spiritual ley line.
But, yeah.
I would love to hear. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's just an interesting metaphor, and I'm like, man, I wish I could read the book.
Right?
Yeah.
I guess that's what it comes down to. A lot of this, yeah.
I would love. So there is a point where Kato is looking out at the wreckage of the earthquake,
Oh, that's
and
a
he
gorgeous
goes,
scene. Such a gorgeous scene.
Yeah, it was awesome.
but Kato's reaction is that didn't fucking wake him up. And that has, I feel like that casts a long shadow over the rest of his actions in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that Kato actually, I think he thinks he knows and understands more about Masakato than he actually does, maybe?
Right, because he tries to
Right.
summon him in 1923 and he fucking fails.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Masakato
which
just
I thought was
seems less
also
vengeful
interesting.
than
Kato is.
Kato thinks. Yeah.
And there's a few times he talks through, is it Yukari? And he's always like, oh my fucking God, let me sleep. Leave me alone.
That reminds me, speaking of Yukari, my favorite visual motif in this movie is whenever you see the rainbow get scared, Kato is involved.
Yes,
I
yes.
love that.
great.
Oh, God.
Isn't
Soji
that
is
rainbow-
genius.
Isn't that rainbow scene in like the very opening credits of the movie?
I believe so. I think there's like a dark
Yeah.
floor and it's cutting through.
Right, that's like the first instance of it.
I wonder.
I think
see,
he's
once
a
again,
genius.
yeah, we're so used to our media for Japanese 10-year-olds. What if a character could come out and just say what it represents? But I'm like, man, I wish I knew what in Japanese culture they're going for with the rainbow. Yeah,
I mean, Josoji loves his colors.
Rainbows represent snakes in certain cultures.
Yeah.
I mean,
something I don't know.
It's
Dumb
a
voice.
wavelength.
Yeah,
It's a
I can see that.
variety of light wavelengths, and I guess you can relate that to like spiritual possession in terms of I don't know. This is getting too. This is getting
there's
too
also
esoteric.
Yeah, there's also a shot where they look out in the distance of Tokyo, and it's like in black and white, and it's almost like the past is black and white, and the future is color. But
Right.
But then again, the future's bad, or like Kato's bad, and he wants to destroy everything. It's interesting.
You want to get to
any
the elephant in the
specific
room, or we get to specific characters?
What's the elephant room?
I mean, we could talk about. I'll just talk about one fun fact. The guy who played Kota Rohan, the self-serious writer man, who's also kind of keeping the spiritual tradition alive. His actor played the doctor in Biolante.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, you're right. Oh my God, you're so right.
Dr.
the one
Genichiro
he went to
Shiragami in Godzilla vs.
The one
Biolante.
he was taking. When he was in Saudi Arabia, right? Or no, excuse me, not Saudi Arabia. Freedom Stand or whatever.
God.
Fake country. I love that movie, by the way. That movie's awesome. But
same actor.
I always call it
same actor.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I stumbled onto an answer to the rainbow thing.
Ooh.
Oh, interesting.
In Jap, so this is from my buddy Wikipedia.
Awesome. My favorite buddy too.
In Japanese mythology, the floating bridge of heaven may have been inspired by a rainbow. The creator deities Izanami and Izanagi stood upon this bridge as they brought the Japanese archipelago into existence.
Interesting.
Which makes sense with Kato being like, this is sacred land that we've tampered with. That I could see there.
You got to
being
return.
And I'm using the powers of Abe no Seimei for my evil doing. Yeah.
I just have a list of the cast here, and then I had some of my thoughts, but we can go into it because we've talked Kato to death. He's Dracula.
I think
a little bit of Dracula.
I think when Ryushi
Norman
Sakamoto was
Bates.
like interrogating Josoji for what was Kato's motivation and
It
spiritual
wasn't
background.
Sakamoto, but it was like a different actor, and he was like, he's like Godzilla, and didn't have much of an actual spiritual background.
Which I thought was funny.
Yeah,
he's just force of nature. Just go with it. It's like, no.
Yeah, he just doesn't like Japan. It's over. He's done with this shit. Too many trains. It's too loud. I had Hirai and Rohan, who were we were talking about Rohan a minute ago. I feel like if you read the books, and this could be total speculation, and I'm 100% wrong, I feel they're like the main characters of the first book, because they almost feel like the detectives trying to figure out the whole Kato situation and what's going on with the family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could totally see in the later books Keiko just totally taking over as like, I'm sure there's plenty of viewpoints and perspective hopping, but Keiko becomes the, like, in terms of the Kato conflict, she's the focal point. And I really liked Keiko. I thought Keiko's like, I I don't know how I feel about the storyline with the Tatsumiyas altogether, just because it's like the thing about this movie / book series is that and I'm sure the book might have more nuance to it. It's almost like there's so much like interesting meaty stuff, and then it feels like they also go for like the Stephen King level shock value.
Yeah.
Right.
I can see
There's
that.
like a salaciousness to it that's a little gross, which almost does feel like a nonfiction guy being like, how do I keep people reading? I don't know, incest.
I'm curious in the book how it handles it, because I feel like there's like a weird like oh, she's like, would they think it's bad when she's Kato's child because he's gonna puppet her because she's a demon, but it's like, oh, actually she's not a demon. And like that's weirdly like, oh, it saves the day somehow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's sort of like one of the last things in the movie is like the the brother-sister duo being sucked up into the earth, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they
I
pop
wonder-
up at the end holding the child.
I was kind of wondering what, because like there was a movie I watched last year called Profound Desires of the Gods. It's a 60s Japanese movie. And in it, there's sort of like it's like this undeveloped Pacific island that's sort of like people from Tokyo are coming and wanting to develop the place. But also on the island that's sort of like the priestly family is both like technically highest status because like, they're the ones who know the traditions, but also lower status for the weird taboo reasons, including the fact there's always this weird incest stuff going on between them. And I think like one of the things in the movie that talks about in that movie is like, well, as we all know from mythology, the gods do incest all the time. Just like Zeus and Hera are in Greek mythology are siblings who are also married, kind of thing. But that's the thing that gods do and not humans do, and sort of that's why it's taboo for humans to pretend to be gods in that way. And so I wonder if there's like, if the book goes in the direction of like, there's like a holiness angle to this taboo union.
I mean,
yeah,
in the sense of like, it reminds me of how horror films, a lot of things will just be like the monster will be a metaphor for some taboo in society. Yeah. So when Kato spent the whole movie being like, oh yes, I magically, like with magic, impregnated, what's her name, Yukari with my baby, with my severed hand or whatever. Anyway,
that was wild.
That was wild scene, by the way.
Yeah,
yeah. Which also she had also a poisonous parasite that they actually were able to exorcise, but that's a separate whole matter.
I
was like, oh hey, it's like Neo from The Matrix.
Great special effects. Great special effect, by the way.
Awesome.
I'm sure it is done even more tastefully in the OVA.
Oh no, the OVA went the opposite direction with this. Yeah.
Yeah, I read about the OVA. I was like, that just seems like a more like crass shock value version.
It's even more, crass than what this would even be.
Yeah. Man, I do like Rentaro is my problem, so I probably will
like that anyway. It's like, oh, it's 90s OVA sleaze and excuse it.
Listen, Metropolis is a good movie.
Yeah.
No, excuse me. Yeah, isn't it?
Metropolis. Another
Metropolis
word for a city.
Yeah. Oh God, this is getting confusing.
Okay, but no. Back to what I was talking about. I'm trying to get to something here. It's interesting because they know that, or I guess maybe they don't know, but they know in their minds that that's actually not Kato's like evil demon baby. That's something they're trying to hide, and I guess they were unable to abort for whatever reason. But in a sense, that Kato served as an excuse of not aborting it. I mean, or trying to trying to hide that it was something born out of incest.
Right.
And it is interesting that at the start of the movie, him and the glasses, the guy from the family and the glasses guy are talking, and they're like, yeah, man, you do nothing outside of work and being with your sister Yukari, which I found funny at the start because like, you think the glasses guy would be the guy like that, the guy who's, always about his work and does nothing else. But no, it's this, this normal looking Japanese man who, has that situation. And then as the movie goes on, you're like, so what is his deal with his sister? And then,
right.
So I guess like in the sense of like what this movie's trying to do of doing the whole historical fiction part and how, the mysticism can be used almost as a historical like symbol or excuse or something to like, as like the symbol of something. Excuse me. I know I'm repeating myself. I don't know. I feel like there's something there of like how Kato is just used as like a shield of their sin almost.
Right.
Until the very
like
end. Like in history, like a lot of mythology is born from like things that happen and then you make up a story to like rationalize it.
Mm-mm.
Right?
And it's a little bit like so much of this, it'd be one thing to be like, ooh, new stuff is bad, tradition is good, and I do get some of that feeling in there.
Of like a lot of like maybe mysticism in this movie is like rationalization of things because of course this is historical fiction of injecting these things the author knows about, various, like onmyoji, shikigami, it's a whole thing.
But yeah, the old noble family might be hiding a dark secret as a representation of maybe the old stuff can lead to some negative results. I don't know. Yeah, but I liked Keiko a lot in this movie. I thought she did a pretty good job given the limited amount of time. Like, she only got the second half of the movie. I like that there's like an anguish that she like serves this family and loves this man. It's very sweeping, classic Hollywood shit of like, she loves a man who's like never gonna love her back.
There's a beautiful scene where you see their silhouettes at the top of the building where it's like, if I'm able to defeat Kato, we can consummate our marriage, or we can actually treat each other as, husband and wife.
I think her words verbatim were, after this is over, will you consider me your true wife?
Sad.
Yeah.
But like, I like that. I think you felt that in her performance, given that she wasn't given that much screen time and had to carry the second half of the movie. I don't know.
She does kick Kato's ass though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's like my favorite. That's one of my bits. Like the Shrine Maiden is our hero at the end of this movie in the climax, which I love personally.
Honestly, you brought up Oshii earlier. I kind of this movie did remind me of Oshii movie where like the first, I love both the Ghost in the Shell movies. I've never watched any of the Kerberos stuff too, and I love Pat Labor, but it's definitely the thing where like the first 20 minutes are the most kick-ass thing you've ever seen in your entire life. And then the middle is a lot of philosophizing and like, pondering about the nature of existence.
I watched Innocence recently and I'm like, wow, thanks.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I love Ghost in the Shell 2 Innocence. That might be my favorite Oshii movie.
Same.
Better than this. I'm going to be real. Going to be, yeah.
I mean, me
we're
too.
doing the Predator hand clasp right now.
Bato's dog is a fun guy.
Yeah, Bato is a better character than 99% of the staff, and the discussions are much more interesting. But like 90% of this movie is pondering and philosophizing about the nature of cities. I just didn't find the characters or the
historical progress and the days moving along and
I definitely extremely want to read the novels because I'm sure like maybe the characters are actually good in the novels.
Right.
No, for sure.
Yeah. It really feels like they get stuck on the chop. And I mean, I get it with what they're trying to do, where like what I get from the high level overview of the novel is that Kato is basically our central character, and all of the different novels are different periods where people are rising up against him in different ways to try to stand up against him.
He's like a villain protagonist, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's so cool.
Makes sense for a 10 to 12 volume book series.
Right.
Where each book you have a full book length to... I'm assuming there's like perspective chapters where you really get into these people's heads. When you try to do 4 of them in 2 hours, that's really hard to cram in.
I mean, heck, Yukio Mishima is a character in a later novel, which obviously didn't get a movie adaptation. Like this is like a long going series that adapts to the times.
By the way, 10 volume series,
12
2
volumes.
years.
This guy, that's, I don't know.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like over the period of 4 years, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
I wonder how long they are. Because if they're short, maybe if they're like digest books.
Yeah, maybe.
I'd be curious.
Possibly, because I looked into it a little bit. They were published in
a magazine, yeah.
Like a magazine.
Oh,
So, like-
Sort of like War of the
So-
Worlds was, radio or like serialized or
Yeah, so they were in like regular, like, I don't want to say like traditional prints, but like magazines for like the first like chunk, and then it got collected into the volume series. But even then, like if it starts, like it started in 1983 and like finished in 87, that is still such a short amount of time to be publishing 10 volumes of a full like written work, not illustrative.
Well,
like none of that. Like just that's crazy.
work ethic. Go Burr. I don't know how to say
Yeah.
it.
Like that's not even saying that. I don't even know how long the average volume of this series is either.
I
so,
found
like, for all I know,
store page for the first volume, and apparently that one is 232 pages, which
All
is
right, all right.
when you
Decent
put them
amount, but
together,
okay.
that's a
It's a doozy.
that's a lot of pages for 2 years if they're all
Yeah.
about that length.
that's crazy. That's like
I mean, this guy is
I
like, this
just-
guy loves, like, the author loves this stuff. This is like his whole life to him is just learning about like all these different things, history, different forms of mysticism, Buddhism, all that.
I mean, we can talk about it a bit here. I put in there, I brought up all the characters like Terada, Hayakawa. Terada was the physicist. Hayakawa was the guy who ran the train company. Nishimura, the robot guy. They were all real historical figures. He sat down, he wanted to weave all these historical figures into this like fantasy plot. Or I guess I should say sci-fi, fantasy, whatever you want to call it. He was playing around with it. Did you like that? I don't know. I guess my only comparison Western-wise is like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I don't know most of these people, but it worked,
Yeah.
I feel.
I like the vibe.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I think it's kind of neat in the sense that this movie is very engaged in taking a look at how all of these different components and facets of a society come together. So when you
Yes.
have different like figures coming together to represent each of those different angles on things and how they get involved, I think that's kind of fun.
Right.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
this
yeah.
movie is stuffed and ambitious.
What they should do is
Yeah.
reboot this and make it like
A TV
like-
drama, like for streaming.
I
Yeah.
thought that too.
Now that would be a good idea. What I'm thinking is they do the Avengers,
Oh.
where Nick Cage is getting like
Masanori
Mr.
Kato will return. And
Yeah.
it's funny you say that. Because later on, a few years start in 2005, there was a movie called The Great Yokai War. That was
Really?
Read
written
about that.
by Aramata and directed by Takashi Miike.
Oh, right.
Do you know who is in this movie?
I do.
I do not.
Because
Uh,
I did research the movie because I was like, I recently did a Gamera project, so I was looking at the other Dai movies, and this kind of technically a reboot of Dai's yokai trilogy from the 60s.
Mhm.
And then I saw a certain character was in this movie. I was like, huh?
Yeah,
What are you doing
Kato's in that movie.
Oh, that's
Wait,
fun.
what the fuck? That's crazy.
Not only is he in that movie, he is in the sequel. And the sequel is a combination of so many, like, not only yokai, but different worldwide, like, monsters.
Yeah, Diamond June is also in
there-
that movie.
There is a film out there that I assume someone somewhere, some freak of nature has fan translated this, and where Count Dracula shares shares screen time with Yasunori Kato.
This is making you
at
think
some
of like the
point.
What the
ultimate
fuck?
showdown, like getting off the white and getting off.
Yeah, no, for real. I'm
Um,
just saying here, if Kato's like jumping around, like in the actual Marvel comics, like, people think Doctor Strange is like for the last 30 years, Doctor Strange mostly is just a guy who deals with Dracula. Like, that's his job in the Marvel universe is to fight Dracula. Let's get Kato in there. It's more interesting than whatever they're doing with him right now. Probably.
What do you mean this had a U.S. premiere? I'm sorry, that's off topic. Why? How did this
That's
make
probably
it
where
over
this shitty localization name came from. Tokyo, the Last Megalopolis, or Doomed Megalopolis, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I think.
No, I mean the Great Yokai War.
Oh, the Great Yokai War. Well, I mean, yeah, it's a Takashi Miike movie. It'll get an international release. Why not?
Okay. Anyways, you know what? Going back to the historical figures that are in this movie, do any of them outside of like I'm sure they have like an actual name, but I'm going to call them gremlins. The gremlins in like the tunnels. Do any of the historical figures actually interact with the more like fantastical elements of the story?
The guy who made the robot punches one in the face when they're trying to get the robot down the track.
That's right.
Yeah, right. But I mean like outside of the gremlins, like are any of them aware of who Kato is?
Let me go to Wikipedia.
Oh, I don't.
Because that I think is even more kind of fascinating about this, where a lot of the like fantastical elements that happen in the movie
going through
are
one example from Wikipedia. To do this, he attempts to kidnap Yukari Tatsumiya, the descendant of Nasakato, to use as a medium to communicate with his spirit. However, his plans are brought to attention of the Shimikato by Kota Rohan, who has his own Wikipedia page because he is an author from real life.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So there's one
blue links everywhere. Blue links everywhere here.
I don't know. Like having
Ogai Mori diagnoses Yukari as pregnant with Kato's child, and blue link to Lieutenant General Mori Rentaro, etc.
And he's the guy that saw the throat cricket. Okay,
Yeah.
all right,
You know,
yeah, that makes sense.
I made up. I don't know. This is gonna sound bad.
Oh.
Is this guy evil Forrest Gump? Is Kato evil Forrest Gump? He's just meeting all the famous historical figures and doing evil shit. This dark figure. I guess Forrest Gump's evil in its own way.
I
Okay,
agree.
so they interact
Sorry, Dad, don't
with-
listen to this episode.
Okay, so they interact with those elements a lot more than I originally thought they did. I don't know, like there's something about that where like for the most part a lot of the dark fantasy elements are mainly relegated to like the non-historical figures in the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas like the actual people they're bringing in like from real life, they're essentially just playing out like the original history outside of the
supernatural
story.
Yeah.
Digging,
Do you know what?
digging a tunnel
I just had
under
the weirdest
Japan.
mental comparison in my head.
Uh-huh.
So
Don't worry, I'm an expert on those, so please continue.
Yes.
So haven't you played Final Fantasy Tactics?
No,
I
I never sat down and played it.
Unfortunately,
No.
Oh, okay. Because basically the framing device of that game is like it's a historical retelling where like, oh, the history says that the hero of this era was this king, but actually there was this person who was branded a heretic who is a real hero, and basically the plot of the story is the protagonist goes around in this middle of the Civil War and gets wrapped up in like magical church conspiracy bullshit fighting demons, and meanwhile his former best friend goes and does the Game of Thrones stuff to become the king off screen.
Right. No, I know a lot of folks who that's like their favorite game of all time, so it's definitely gonna need to sit down. But yeah, the
It's a good
historical
game.
perspective stuff.
It's
'cause,
kind of like reminding me like, oh yeah, there's this demon stuff happening, but then we get like in our real life we have the real history with these guys who
the
are like
real
side
shit's going
characters in
on.
the movie.
It's
Yeah.
really cool that the main villain's power source gets turned off because someone blew up a robot underground.
no, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
I get
And I love that the feng shui guy, like after getting blown back by what looks to be a multi-city block wide level explosion, he just says, "Was that divine intervention?"
Yes,
Yeah.
in its weird way, but it's also man-made. Well, okay. Well, like I said, this movie goes through things so fast. Maybe the book hit it better, or maybe the later books would go into it more. I was kind of like, well, how does this like coherently line up between it's like the family melodrama and then the melodrama of the building of Tokyo. How do these tie together? And then the movie kind of just raises its hand and goes, I don't know.
And at the
Up to your own
very
will.
end ties it at the maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like these are like
I guess
this
the
might
only
as well
thing
be plot A, plot B, and you switch back and forth between them where it feels like it's one plot line but really isn't one plot line. Yeah.
I would say like the one parallel I drew, and I wrote this down somewhere on my phone, it was like the feng shui expert almost is more like a real scientist than the Terada the physicist, who's like, Terada is so hell-bent on his like physicist he can't like make heads or tails about the demons who are in this universe are very real, whereas the feng shui guy is like running like geomancy tests. He's doing scientific method. I don't know. I thought that was kind of fun.
Putting statues in the middle of the street.
Yeah, he's got that thing in the street that has it's like tracking like almost like an earthquake meter,
right?
Richter scale shit, but it's for
I think Keiko
shit.
meets him because he's just like moving a Buddha statue around. And he's like, "Don't worry, I'm doing this to fight the demons."
And then he even I think the little girl passes by him and like it goes crazy, the little meter.
Right. And it is just very funny that he's like, oh, actually knowing about all the stupid old bullshit, all this old Onmyoji stuff and ley lines and geomancy, that's actually really smart and good. Like the author of the book knows quite a bit about. Yeah.
Speaking of which, that reminds me,
he's great.
There's a fortune teller guy who just kind of exists.
Yes, I missed him.
Well, yeah, that was another interesting thing that I feel ties into like the whole deal of like progress and westernization, because he's specifically a guy who's like using tarot to do mysticism, which is interesting because that's not a Japanese divination technique.
No, it's not.
Oh yeah.
And then he's not in many scenes or anything. He's just kind of a guy who exists in this movie, and then at the very end, he's popular with women, fought as an entourage, right before the credits hits.
But he predicts that Kato will return.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's such a banger reveal when he picks up the card, and it's a different card than what he picked up.
I think specifically too is like if I had to guess, it's probably the Devil Tarot.
I think it was Death. I looked at this. I think it was number 13, which
Devil,
is Death.
either one.
Yeah. I feel like Devil makes the most sense in this case because Death is
at the end of the credits. Did it not say Kato will return?
I don't know.
Like an event, like a Marvel movie reveal?
I don't think it did that. I mean, I don't know Japanese, but I don't think it did that.
Hey, get him in Doomsday at this point. They're going to throw in all that other shit in there at that point.
Robert Downey Jr. as
Yasunori Kato.
I mean, maybe... Hey, listen, I did have that thought of what would be the American equivalent of this? I guess it's like Boardwalk Empire. Put a demon in Boardwalk Empire, and that would have been a pretty good show. But I actually did like that show. But anyway,
this movie, we could talk about this movie forever. But visually, some of my favorite stuff is the scene where he kidnaps the girl and in the middle of the busy street, and there's the electrical lines keep bursting, and he's running very weirdly, almost. I don't know how to describe it. But the image of
he's Naruto running in the street.
He's Naruto running in the street. Yeah. The cape is covering his profile. And it's just an amazing image, honestly. Just that whole sequence, visually, motion and in motion. And they're one of them, and there's Keiko, I think, is chasing after him. Yukari's just kind of in a daze. It's what a scene.
And she confronts him. She confronts him in in the weird
sewer.
In the sewer, and then eventually, for whatever reason, it just cuts to the middle of the street and it's raining, which is an interesting fact.
And she's in distress and it's a very she really is the hero of the movie, Keiko. She's getting all the hero scenes near the end.
Is interesting that Kato has his iconic Imperial soldier fit, but
in the middle of the movie, it's a totally different thing. Yeah,
he has a random. I think maybe I guess Chinese influenced design outfit in the middle of the movie that is on the poster.
Yes, that's the poster.
Because that's not obviously that's not the design I associate with Kato, but is the one in the posters.
Oh my god, that actually reminds me of one of my favorite visuals in the movie when he goes back to Japan the first time after being in Dairen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's trapped in the. I had to look this up to make sure I got it right. In the chart of 8 directions.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
That was such a cool visually thing.
there's a moment where like he's looking ahead and there's a silver, it's a pagoda, right? It's just like in the far distance, and then it just quickly like zooms up to him, like right to his face. It's such a clean looking visual. They do it more than once, but like I think it looks like the best in there just because like it's like just all around him it's just pitch blackness. There's like a slight like low to everything during that sequence that just makes it look like so dreamlike. It does not surprise me one bit that for a time this was the most expensive Japanese movie ever made.
Yeah, it looks
it looks the part. Yeah.
It's just so gorgeous. Like so much like amazing camera movements, especially at the start when it's like almost pitch black. They're just in front of like these beautiful like matte paintings and like sets. Oh my god.
The wreckage of Tokyo 1923 in the red light. I was like, how did they do this? This looks insane.
They caused an actual earthquake.
Right? It's like this can't be it's like a mixture of miniature and matte painting. It looks so seamless. Right? It's like wow.
I did have to look up the cinematographer just so I can give him like a proper credit for this. So it's Masao Nakabori. And he's a regular collaborator, it looks like, with Jusoji, because he worked on Ultra 7, he worked on Ultraman Taro. He did the 90s Ultra Q movie as well.
Yeah, 1990.
Okay. Yeah. That tracks. It very similar in a lot of ways. A lot of fun with power lines in that movie too.
Yeah, it's hard not to see that movie as like a spiritual successor to this one, even if they're like, you know, different IPs per se.
Has that movie been brought over?
Ultra
yet?
No, Ultra Q movie.
Have
no.
they only? Is it still only Neo that's been brought over?
Yeah,
here?
still only Neo in the original Ultra Q.
Yeah.
I think the production company that made Ultra Q movie and also Dark Fantasy is like technically made at like an arm's length from Super Eye itself, which is probably causing some weird legal
things, probably.
Yeah. Okay.
Fortunately, if I recall correctly, the fan subs pretty stellar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So okay. Cool.
Were you guys able to watch in HD? Like, was there an HD master? I think there isn't an HD remaster.
No,
I still hasn't gotten it.
I think it's only been released on DVD.
Yeah. Unfortunate, because God, that movie looks gorgeous in the screenshots I've seen.
It's
a good looking movie. This Jusoji guy,
he's a great director. might say.
Right.
It's funny because like we got to the first Jusoji episode in Ultraman, and it was like his most mid episode ever.
Right.
And meanwhile, Brad,
meanwhile,
Brad was telling us like, yeah, he's known for his distinctive auteur visual style. We're like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah. And then later, I get it now.
It's funny that the Pearl episode is specifically the one that's not included in his compilation movie.
Yeah, no, it's not.
So good, because he don't watch it.
It's not a good episode, IMO. Yeah.
So I got a question. Is anyone in this call going to watch the sequel? Because the sequel is not.
You skipped to my question of the week.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Skip my question of the week.
My bad.
Question of the week. Are you going to watch the sequel? Because I'm so curious. I mean, obviously, I'd like to read the book more, but does it get grimmer? Because it does. I mean, that period of Japanese history, it does get. And maybe from some perspectives, maybe people are much more into it. I guess some modern audiences in Japan who read more conservative be like, actually, it's epic and badass that period of time. But I think for us, will it get grimmer? Will it get darker? Is Kato influence going to grow? I don't know. I'm so curious about it.
Well, I've taken a look at the book titles, and book 5 is called Advent of the Devil.
Wow, great.
I think things go great for him.
Hey, you know,
I think Mel and I talked. We're probably gonna we have the sequel penciled in.
Yeah, we were penciled in with red for our decoratory stuff because we were originally going to do this as a decoratory anyway, and then we were just like, oh, we may as well do.
Or like, let's move that up. Yeah,
brand synergy.
Hooray! I love when that happens.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I am. I don't know if I'm super. I don't know if I'm super interested because like a lot of the stuff I liked
is about Jisoji.
Like yeah, and like the director. To be fair, this guy could be like a world famous director for all I friggin' know, but no blue link.
He's a producer. He's just a guy who produces movies who's like, I'll just do it myself because I can't get Jisoji for the sequel.
Oh, producer to director. Oh yeah, I'm not watching this. No way, dude. I'm sure it's fine. Like I know they got like the same actor back.
Right. Which is always a plus because he's great.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Shimada he voices Kato in the OVA too, so
that's
I think
what I
he's just,
actually do want to watch
intrinsically-
is that trashy, high production value Madhouse 90s OVA series.
Is that just doing this movie again, but in like OVA form? Like, what is that?
But
I'm
like
curious.
way trashier in terms of violence and sex, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think specifically, it's doing a do-over with this.
Okay.
I don't even know if I want to watch that. 90s OVAs are an acquired taste, and I don't know if I can stomach them yet.
Yeah,
all right.
I'm kind of a similar boat where I feel like whenever I watch an old OVA, a lot of time I'm like, well, that's it? Like, I watched the one book on Crisis, I was like, this is boring as hell. What the fuck?
Guy watching Genocyber, then you get to the 4th episode, and you're like, what is going on?
Look, Russ, we're like immune to like the excesses of this. We've seen much worse things in Discord calls.
Yeah, me hiding my copy of Angel Cop. What are you talking about? I'm normal. I'm a normal guy. I don't know anything.
I got that one on the shelf. One day I'll pop that in. I've heard things.
Yeah, there are things to say about it. Like, I find it enjoyable, and it's something funny to laugh at. But you're like, there are people whose worldview lines up quite well with this movie or this OVA. But anyway, yeah, no, yeah.
I mean, that's a whole field of like. A lot of the time, you look up like who made this, and it's like, oh, this person was 21.
Which is wild. Yeah, right.
No, for sure. Yeah, so I think this whole franchise is really interesting, and it kind of made me want to go. I mean, I'm always like, I should read Gwyn Saga someday, or did somebody ever put out like the actual SMT book?
Oh yeah, the author himself is doing his own English translation at the moment.
Right, and now he's gotten a publisher to sign on, so now he's trying to delete his rough translations now.
Oh, really? That's great. So I read a fan translation of those way back when and was not impressed, but also I do not know how quality that translation was. So I'm very curious to give it another go if he gets something, published out there again.
Right. Like I love that author. He has a lot of interests.
I wanna hope that like someday like we'll get like a full actual translation of these books, because we have been getting more like older Japanese novels like translated into English, either unofficially or officially. I didn't think we were ever gonna get Godzilla Raids again.
Yeah, I never thought we were gonna get the Legend of the Galactic Heroes novels translated, but they all got translated. With audiobooks.
There are places you can go where you can just find a full translation of the original Parasite Eve.
Yeah.
Like,
the thing I'm worried about is, like, Gwyn Saga is the first 6 books are translated. Record of Lodoss War, I think they got the first. But for the series that get a little longer, with the exception of Galactic Heroes, I think there's a very unfortunately real problem of they put out the first 1 or 2 or 3 and then they don't quite hit the sales target and then they stop, which is always a bummer. Yeah. And I'd be really worried about this falling into that category, but I hope someday they take a chance on them.
It's unfortunately niche in like the sphere of Western otaku sphere. Like you'd have to like branch out and like advertise it more mainstream, like outside of the otaku sphere. I mean, like, you could try to relate it to like Jujutsu Kaisen, but I don't think those people are going to read this, right? They're going to be like, "Oh, Kato's just like Sukuna," and like they're not.
I don't think those people could read like a modern chapter of Hunter x Hunter. Like, I don't know if they
can't
that.
read Hunter x Hunter, they can't read a book.
I think a big part of it is. I think the only way like you'd be able to get like an easier sell with it is a new. I want to say like a new 4K release of like the at least the OVA. I know a Blu-ray exists for it, but like you release like the OVA and like there's like some eyes on it now, so maybe it would be easier to like bring over at least one of the books, or at some point some crazy TV executive in Japan is going to be like, you know what, let's just adapt the whole thing
on a Netflix.
Yeah.
Let's just put it in a TV show and like
way too high of a budget.
I genuinely think it has to be live action for it to have a chance, honest to God. But if they do that, because there is a market for J-dramas in at least, like, not even like in English speaking territories, I would say like in most like areas of the world, that would get more eyes on it being a book adaptation. And I think that would be the best chance to localize the series.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. It wouldn't hurt if it would be if it wasn't stuck inside Media Blasters, which again, I respect them for getting this stuff out, but you know, they aren't like, they're niche. Media Blasters is niche. Their whole thing is
You feel
niche.
dirty buying a Media Blasters release.
Like, if it's got like the Criterion Collection prestige, or was like, you know, gave a big role in a Discotheque Day stream, maybe more people pay attention to it.
I got some beef with this release in the sense that this was a copy fresh out of the shrink wrap, and then the Blu-ray like didn't really work great for the last fourth, so I had to finish the rest of it on Tubi.
Oh, speaking of
that was a bummer.
Messy
you know
watching.
What?
Go ahead.
I will say this. I would genuinely give Media Blasters a call. They would hook you up.
Oh, they're great about replacing your shit.
Yeah,
they love that. My issue is that I watched this on Tubi, and on my TV, which meant I got ads like Hunter, constantly. So every 5 minutes, but it felt like it. I was getting ads for Shaquille O'Neal's furniture collection, Kalshi, some other bullshit.
I wish I got that. I got ads for local politicians.
Oh, I got Whataburger, Kalshi, and Shaquille O'Neal shilling.
I said ad blocker.
That's very funny in a contrast to the contents of the movie, of course.
Ad blocker. Hey, look, ad blocker works, but I can't put no ad blocker on my TV.
Smart TV. No, I can't, unfortunately. And I don't want to watch it on a laptop. It's a beautiful movie.
There's I don't know. It sucks. It sucks. It really sucks. I wish any other, again, no disrespect because this is going to sound really mean. I wish literally any other company but Media Blasters had this license.
Oh, man.
Because honest to God, especially the live action version, this is prime discotheque territory.
Prime discotheque, prime
100%.
Criterion closet bait, that kind of shit. It's a beautiful movie, and it's historically significant in the Japanese film industry because of the insane production behind it. Fucking Irvin Kershner visited the set and was not impressed, probably because it was a mess. But yeah,
is that the Empire Strikes Back guy?
Yeah, or like RoboCop 2.
What the hell was he doing over there?
Well, you know, George Lucas visited, what's his face? God, I can't believe I keep forgetting this guy's name. That famous Japanese film director. Kurosawa. You visited Kurosawa's set, or was it Scorsese did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know James Cameron met up with Oshii, and they were on a boat, and he's like, "That's the bridge you blew up in Pat Labor 2," and Oshii's like, "Yeah, I know."
James Cameron, real head alert. He gets it. Pat Labor 2 is awesome. Oh man, Pat Labor 2. I'd say it goes.
Okay, I just remember.
Not to talk about them too much.
The name of the glasses guy who's the fortune teller, Kyoko Izumi, real guy.
Real guy.
Oh, it's not the nostalgia critic?
No, he does not remember it, so we don't have to.
I almost made that exact joke in my Russ cap, and I sat there like, they're gonna get mad at me. They're gonna get mad at me if I bring up fucking Doug Walker. Like, this is a professional show. You bring up the nostalgia critic.
Russ, genuinely, I feel like at some point we brought him up.
We probably have.
There's
Of
no
course.
way.
No
Yeah,
fucking
but in front of
way.
our peers, in front of our peers.
I know for
I
a
can't do
fact.
that.
I know for a fact. I have brought up Linkara and Bennett the Sage on this podcast.
We have mentioned Channel Awesome in one way or the other in this podcast
Yeah.
at least once.
Are the Channel Awesome movies tokusatsu? The greatest thread in the history of forums, locked after pages
Yeah.
of debate.
Anybody want to skeb commission Linkara or doing the pose on the poster of Kato? I mean, be like, eh.
Oh, dude!
And all of
no,
his
the
minor kids.
the Atop the Fourth Wall movie and that one movie where Doug is in like a Link costume.
Suburban Nights,
100%.
Oh, Suburban
Nights
of
is
course,
100% tokusatsu.
Kill me, man. I want to talk about Suburban Nights.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do that. I got a
I'd have to
power
be paid
like
to
just powered
talk
your
about
or
that. We don't
Beetleborg
do
shot
that
down.
here.
Anyway, so we're probably gonna wrap things up.
Yeah,
Mel
definitely.
or Brad. Is there anything you're interested in sharing before we do the whole plug zone? Anything you want to go into the movie?
I think this was a pretty substantial discussion. I'm all discussed out. I think I covered everything.
You're disgusted.
Whoa.
I mean, after she throws up the bug, yeah, I was like, ooh,
Oh yeah, ooh, a little nasty.
that's
Good
I
kind
think
of
she's
nasty.
a little
Yeah.
freaky.
The bug was awesome.
Cool ass
The bug
bug.
was so cool.
I like that the bug had bones. I like that it disintegrated into having bones. That's awesome.
I think bugs have.
Bugs have bones?
No.
They got exoskeletons.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Get confused. Oh, damn it! Sorry, I'm a journalist. I don't do humor. Anyway, but it's a joke anyway. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, thank you. That was a good discussion. I really do. It's not like the greatest movie I've ever seen. Even after posting a letterbox review, I think I gave it 4 out of 5. I might even lean 3.5 just because some of the salacious stuff doesn't really sit well with me because they don't really explore it. So it's like, well, what's the point besides shock value? But
I get it, yeah.
it's still like I'd recommend it in a minute. And like I said, if you put this on like on a projector and flash it on a wall, people would stop and watch it. Like when people play like Twin Peaks in a bar or something, you know what I
Right,
mean?
like it
yeah.
gathers
Like,
attention.
what
Oh,
the-
yeah.
What
I
the
would-
fuck is this?
Yeah,
I would
exactly.
say, and I believe y'all have covered Ultra Q on this podcast, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
I would really encourage you whenever you feel up for this sort of thing again, give that Ultra Q 90s
Yeah.
movie a watch. I think that a lot of what this movie is doing is really interesting paired with that movie in terms of talking about like the modernization of Japan and like indigenous culture and how it interacts with the history of Japan. And there's a lot of that I feel like was made the way it was, maybe because they realized that this movie had a lot of ideas and not enough room to really explore them all. So
Yeah, I definitely
No.
recommend. I was gonna say, yeah, I definitely recommend looping around and doing a pod on the Ultra movie at some point in the future.
Oh yeah, it was a total coin toss. I think I might have been even a little bit more interested in that. I think that just the difference is accessibility, which is this is just on Tubi
Yeah.
and has a Blu-ray.
that one you gotta
Whereas
go
that
hunting
one
for.
is yeah, exactly. And I'm sure you've noticed the episodes that do better tend to be things that are readily available.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but anyway, but yeah, thank you. Yeah, so overall, I recommend it in a heartbeat. It's worth watching, or at least the first 20 minutes. I thought the first 20 minutes were like, holy shit, this might be a favorite movie of all time level.
It's a
movie.
really
And then it
good
kinda,
start. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of Oshi, it's like that start of the first Ghost in the Shell movie. Like, I don't think you can do something cooler. Like, I think that's it for movies. I think the Matrix could just rip this off and turn it into a full movie. And by the way, Matrix, one of my favorite movies of all time. Don't get me wrong. Anyway,
But it don't got that
but yeah.
thermoptic camouflage, let me tell you.
Yup. All right, Brad and Mel, is there anything you want to plug? Obviously, the show and all that, but also socials and all that.
We got our podcast Ultra Q wherever podcasts are found. That's QUEUE. None of us will ever forget how to spell that word anymore after starting our podcast. Yeah, and we basically our whole spiel is Mel was a fan of Ultraman, and Red and I, the other hosts, were not.
Yeah.
and in my barely had any Toku experience, frankly. Like, I'd watched a little bit of Kamen Rider.
I'm kind of the same way. I probably was a little bit more established because I did watch stuff as a kid, and I had to like purchase Kuga. But yeah, I'm also the similar case where I'm like, I'd started the podcast to go on this journey because I was starting a lot of Toku and never finishing it. So
it's a good way to do it. Let me tell you, having a podcast is a good way to finish Toku.
Yeah,
we know.
Yes, giving yourself homework. Yes, as an adult.
But I've basically been dragging Red and Brad through Ultraman in release order, which has been an interesting
from
experience.
the beginning. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So we just today finished Gridman, Baby Dan Dan. We're starting up Ultraman Powered next, and we're on the road to Tiga, which will be in November.
Yeah, I'd say if someone wants to check out the show, it takes a little bit for us to, I think, find our footing on microphone, but I'd say maybe start with Ultra 7, give it a go. I think by around that time we're more comfortable with the format and talking.
I think we find a good rapport pretty fast, even in the middle of Ultra Cube. I also think we settle into a rhythm by Ultra 7 that kind of like the shape of the podcast is recognizable by that point.
That's good. Yeah. All right.
I think that's basically it. Other than we have got some side pods on that feed you can check out too, because as we said, we did a Golden Kamui, Kerberos trilogy, other stuff. So yeah, and I think we've decided we're also cross posting on, so some people will be coming from that our feed over to your feed, which is so where you put your plug.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't mind our way of doing things, your listeners. Yeah.
These dorks. Why are they talking about the nostalgia critic? You want to plug first?
Who's this Russ guy?
What kind of contest did he run on his stream again?
No.
Oh well, you know what? We can go into that in a little bit, but I'll get my garbage out of the way first. So it's like usual. It's Spider Slash on everything but Letterboxd. That one has an underscore on there because I made a Letterboxd account in 2014 and forgot the login. I'm trying to work on a video on YouTube this month. I put out an update video that said I was going to be putting something out this month, so I better do that. Otherwise, I will delete my channel. Typically, at the end of my plugs, I always try to say what I'm going to be watching outside of the podcast. Whether or not I do watch it doesn't matter. You don't need to know that. Our listeners don't need to know about my personal life. But my watch of this week will be the Beastie Boys music video Criterion DVD.
That's crazy. I saw you pick that up in a weird library sale. What was it again?
It was just the Criterion 50% off sale.
Oh wait, it's available. Oh,
yeah, no, it just sold through them. It's only on DVD, and it's the only release they've ever done that is just music videos.
Oh,
that's wild.
Weird.
It is also one of the best DVDs I have ever owned. You can switch between audio, different audio versions of the songs and video tracks, mid watch.
Ooh,
by just selecting it on the menu.
That.
It's really neat. They filmed so much for Intergalactic, it's kind of crazy. No, it's a very extensive DVD. I want to pop that back in and watch it. But that is it from me. Stix.
Well, I am RBPS Stix on Blue Sky. I am RBPS on Letterboxd. That's about it. This podcast is my only real project that goes on.
Oh yeah, we don't plug Twitter because Twitter's poison.
It is poison. I'm locked on there for a reason.
Same. I fled.
Yeah, we all fled.
I got kicked off.
I guess. Oh Jesus. You probably said something socially conscious and caring, and they were like, "Get out of here! This is a nightmare zone. This is the."
I insulted Elon by adding him, and then I got banned off the website for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
God
that does
damn.
it. That about
Yeah.
does it.
I'm the one who's the content freak. I got too much shit. I have my other podcast, Hogcast Speedy Delivery, the #1 independent Sonic Pizza podcast on the planet. It's just me and my friends' gag podcast that we've been doing for close to a decade, and I'm like, I don't even know what the premise is anymore. But we've lost it. But hey, check it out if that sounds interesting to you.
God.
It's chaos, and then I do stream every Saturday Clam in the AM with my PNG tuber LP Clam. We do a lot of weird theme stuff, a lot of retro stuff, a lot of yelling at me for not being able to play games for 12-year-old stuff. Recently got yelled at for doing poorly at the Peter Jackson King Kong game, speaking of Lord of the Rings, which you brought up earlier. Yeah, so every Saturday, usually Monday, unless things get canceled. But yeah, LP Clam, I think that's actually my Blue Sky handle. Well, yeah, it is. It's my Blue Sky handle. It's lpclam.neocities.org. But hey, it's all fun stuff. I recommend it. My chat's very friendly. We try to include new people. So if you're like, if you get up early on Saturday having your cup of coffee and want to watch a man yell about, there is a button there. I do have a redeem to punch me if you're interested in that. So if you don't like the content itself, I recently had a stream where some people misinterpreted my content in a way I'm not happy about. I mean, it was the Fan Appreciation Festival, okay? The FA plus contest.
Oh.
Some people saw the FAF contest and thought it was something else that was quite ridiculous. I don't understand where these people are coming from, but
Russ,
I'm among smart people.
I want to offer to give you some media training.
That's not. You're letting them win. You're letting these perverts and disgusting people win.
No, that we will have this discussion later. I
will
want
not
to help
stand
you.
for it. No. That's letting them win. But yeah, so. Oh shit, I had it. Oh, let me see if I still have it. But anyway, yeah. So, oh no, I lost it. I wrote down, or I Googled a quote. Let me see. All right, so. Signing off, everybody. Of course, we always end with a badass quote from whatever we're watching. So
We also have to tell you guys about what we're doing next.
Yeah, we're already doing
we
that.
are doing so.
Yeah.
This is our buffer zone. We usually do a movie in the middle, so we're not constantly watching 13 to 25 episodes of Toku every week.
Breaking stuff
Now
up
we're
sounds
giving-
nice.
Yeah, we're going back into the homework zone. That's right. We're gonna watch the first 13 episodes
14.
of 14. The first 14 episodes of Kamen Rider Faiz.
Yes.
That's one of my favorites.
Yes.
We watched a grim movie about the fate of Tokyo. Now it's time to watch a grim movie about a bunch of guys who ride motorcycles.
Hooray. I'm a little confident.
I didn't expect you picked two rider shows from the same era.
Yeah, we talked about it. We talked about doing like Amazon or one of the more interesting Showa things, but like we were just in the mood. For some reason, we've had this weird jump between. We've been jumping between happy, sad, happy, sad. It's for some reason, I guess we landed back on Faiz because we're in grimdark mode again. But yeah,
Sorry.
Insert the.
but yeah,
the one shit post about TV and gay bars.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for joining us. Oh, I had this quote and I closed the tab and I can't find it again.
No.
Oh yeah. And thus ends our empire of Yap.
Yes. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
See you,
Later.
everyone.
Bye.